So what's up everyone, and welcome to another art video in this channel. Welcome to a brand new art series, probably going to be the only horror art series, Lake Eerie. The title is supposed to be a pun on one of the 5 major lakes in North America, Lake Eerie. And here I am cosplaying as Chucky. And sorry for this really crappy anime wig. I know I could have went on Amazon and bought a much more better wig that's similar to how Chucky's hair is in movies and TV shows. I don't know about video games. I adore Chucky. Chucky is my favorite horror character. The reason why Chucky is my favorite horror character because some of the first movies got set in Chicago, which is the city I was born in, and I still live in the Chicago area, so I think the first 2 movies, I don't know about the 3rd movie also, I know the first 2 movies were set in the city of Chicago, and I think the reboot as well, the 2019 reboot, was also set in the Chicago area. And I used to be a partial horror fan when I was younger, you know, back in the days, but nowadays I'm a little bit of a horror fan. I don't hate it. I do love horror, but not how much what you think. I can handle the blood, I can handle the guts, the graphic violence, extreme violence, you know, the TVMA, rated R, PG-13, PG, NC-17 stuff, even TV-14 stuff involving violence and, you know, feeling, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. I wasn't gonna wear a ginger wig. I wasn't gonna go on Amazon or like Walmart or whatever, Target. It wouldn't feel right for me to be a black guy. You know, I stuck with a wig that matches my natural hair color. Plus, I don't like dyeing my hair. I wasn't gonna wear the makeup. Chucky would have scars, stitches, and staples on his face for a few Chucky movies. And I hate the fact that these straps keep on falling off of my shoulders. It's a large. I couldn't find medium on Amazon. I frowned just a little bit. So last year, Jules Nerdy drew only Chucky to celebrate Halloween. I'm gonna repeat what he did from last year and draw other horror characters. So not just Chucky. We have also thrown in other horror icons. We drew several, well, only 7 horror icons or horror characters as superheroes. I feel like I could have drew them a lot more superior than what you're about to see, guys. At least I made each of the horror icons I drew for this art video. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and get to the drawing that we did featuring the 7 horror icons I chose to draw as superheroes. I would like to go through the horror icons I chose to draw and maybe talk about the superpowers. Since I chose to draw them as superheroes, maybe the superpowers would really match and have like really nice similarities, maybe a few differences based on what they do in movies and TV shows and video games and other like pieces of media. These straps suck. I wish there were holes, like 2 more holes for each side, so that way the straps don't excessively fall off of my shoulders. We're gonna start off with Chucky. Chucky is known for transferring the souls. Maybe that could be the superpower, the #1 superpower for Chucky, transferring souls into dolls or into humans outside of his own body. Maybe another superpower can be manipulating people. Chucky is very good at manipulating humans. Find a really keen way of murdering these people for fun. We now move on to Pennywise, the clown, or It, I-T. Pennywise is known for eating. He's nicknamed Eater of Worlds, so he'll eat anything. I guess the clown is an omnivore. Maybe he can eat a bunch of criminals. If the criminals really get in his way, he'll retaliate by eating them. Pennywise can also transform into anything into a monster that looks like that green monster from Monsters Inc. I forgot the green monster's name because I haven't watched Monsters Inc. for a really long time. Since Pennywise always carries a balloon, it makes sense for him to fly and to wear a red cape like Superman. You'll see 3 horror icons with a red cape, which means they have the capability of flying. Pennywise can also manipulate people. He'll manipulate the criminals and like make them fall for these tricks in a way to eat them or frighten them or like traumatize them. Jigsaw, or Billy the Puppet. Jigsaw is known for saying, "I want to play a game." So the puppet is gonna get people to play a game, but in reality they have to complete a puzzle that is very risky, you know, the very risky puzzles, and to avoid the traps. And if they don't avoid the traps, then, you know, the victims are gone. It may not be the best superpower for Jigsaw. I mean, what else can I think of? Freddy Krueger. Maybe Freddy Krueger could have a really similar behavior as Wolverine because of the claws that he would wear, but only for his right hand. Freddy Krueger has the capability of entering people's dreams. People are sleeping for work or school, etc. Transition the dreams into nightmares. People are gonna end up having PTSD. Jason Voorhees, I guess Jason Voorhees' superpowers would be teleporting, much like what several superheroes would do. You know, superheroes like Nightcrawler, I think Doctor Strange, Deadpool, freakload of superheroes, and I don't know about supervillains that are able to teleport in a way to like outsmart the victims, outsmarting the bad guys. Maybe Jason can act like Thor. We all know Jason loves using a machete. What about a hammer? What about an axe? But I think machete is the #1 weapon that Mr. Voorhees would use. Up next we got Michael Myers. Michael Myers can be quite similar to Jason Voorhees because both Jason Voorhees and Michael Myers are known for disappearing or vanishing briefly in order to confuse the victims that are running away. But then out of nowhere, the victims would get ambushed by both Voorhees and Myers. Another superpower for Michael Myers, that is using a knife. Last but not least, we got Ghostface. Ghostface's superpower would be, well, concealing his or her identity, much like what both Marvel and DC characters would do. Spider-Man, Deadpool. I don't even feel like making a really extensive list of the Marvel and DC characters, excuse me, that would hide their entire face and the world wouldn't have any freaking idea who they are. The same thing for Jason Voorhees and Michael Myers. That's another superpower for each of those 3 horror characters. Ghostface also has a knife for him or her to use. Maybe another superpower for Ghostface is stalking people. Stalking people at home and like outside of their homes using a fake voice, almost like a sulfur hexafluoride type of voice, you know, the deep voice. "Hello, Sydney." I know that was a really crappy impersonation of that voice that you would hear in the first Scream movie, like at the beginning, featuring Ghostface and Drew Barrymore. Ghostface can also deceive innocent people as part of a plan to murder them for fun. And that's all of the horror icons I went through. Yeah, only 7. I know that's really sad. I know I could have added more horror icons. I'm not that selfish. I'm not that picky. I included other horror icons that I really care about, despite me not watching their movies anymore. So at least give me credit. Chucky is gonna shut up now. Enjoy the rest of this art video. Well, most importantly, enjoy me finishing the artwork of the horror icons I drew as superheroes. Bye for now. Well guys, here's the finished piece of 7 of the horror icons I drew as superheroes. One thing I forgot to mention about Jigsaw can also ride that tricycle, that bike. Well, it's a tricycle. You know how Batman uses his vehicle, specifically the Batmobile? Yeah, maybe Jigsaw can act like Batman because of the usage of a vehicle in order to perform action. And 3 out of the 7 horror icons I drew got on a red cape. And I feel like Jigsaw, Pennywise the Clown, or It, and Chucky would fit perfectly to do some action and fly up in the air just like the actual superheroes would do. But for the other 4 horror icons, they're used to using the ground often. They're not really flyers. And I love how this artwork turned out. It turned out really perfect, and it took over 7 hours to do from start to finish. Tracing over the pencil marks with markers, pens, and then getting to the even more fun part, using the Copic markers, Sharpie markers, and other markers I own. So that is going to be the end of this art video here. Stay tuned for more content, guys, and I hope this art video was really enjoyable to watch. I hope you enjoyed your Halloween. Halloween may be over, but I'm still celebrating. And I hope you had a chance to trick or treat if you're a kid or if you're a teen. Hope you had a chance to dress up as somebody, your favorite horror character or non-horror characters or whatever. I'm sure some of you had ate too much candy. Don't get me wrong, I have a really bad sweet tooth, so I used to eat a lot of candy after trick-or-treating. I don't trick-or-treat anymore. I'm 24 freaking years old. I think you would get to the point of being too old to trick-or-treat. You would have to pass out candy instead. But seriously, I hope you enjoyed your Halloween, whatever you did. If you went out to an event or to a party, to a Halloween festival or whatever. I spent the holiday here at home drawing horror characters. Now Chucky has to start taking innocent lives after this video. I'm Chucky, and I'm gonna be ready to play the game the Jigsaw way.